Saturday Night Live has launched countless careers, turning comedians into household names almost overnight. But for every success story, there's a shadow side, the grueling schedule, the relentless pressure, and the creative battles that rarely make it to air. In 2025, looking back at the stars who left SNL, a pattern emerges. The departures weren't random, and the reasons are far more human than fans realized at the time. Now, finally, we understand why some of the brightest talents walked away. SNL isn't just a show, it's a crucible. Writers and performers are expected to churn out live sketches week after week, balancing satire, celebrity guests, and cultural commentary while keeping the energy high. For newcomers, it's exhilarating. For veterans, it can become suffocating. Behind the laughs lies a pressure cooker, and many cast members leave not because of failure, but because survival demands it. The constant deadlines, on-air expectations, and the invisible tension between cast and producers can push even the most talented performers to the breaking point. Take Bill Hader, for example. Hader's work on SNL remains iconic. His impressions, characters, and fearless sketches defined a generation of comedy. But behind the scenes, Hader battled anxiety that intensified under the spotlight. The pressure to perform week after week, combined with personal struggles, led him to step away at his peak. Leaving SNL wasn't a retreat. It was a strategic choice to preserve his mental health and reclaim control over his career. His later success in film and television proves that sometimes walking away is the smartest move a star can make. Similarly, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey left the show not because they weren't succeeding, but because the environment demanded sacrifices they were no longer willing to make. Poehler wanted to explore acting and directing, while Fey sought to build creative projects on her terms. Both understood that the grind of live television, though exhilarating, comes at a personal cost. Stepping away allowed them to shape their own narratives, create iconic shows like Parks and Recreation and 30 Rock, and redefine what it means to be a female comedy powerhouse in Hollywood. Then there's the case of writers-turned-performers like Maya Rudolph and Fred Armisen. Their genius thrived on SNL's stage, yet the limitations of sketch comedy eventually prompted them to seek different creative outlets. Rudolph's film career and Armisen's Portlandia offered worlds where they could experiment freely, unbound by network constraints or weekly deadlines. The lesson is clear. Leaving SNL is rarely a failure. It's often a leap toward broader artistic freedom. The departures also reflect deeper cultural tensions within SNL itself. Historically, the show has been criticized for rigid hierarchies, inconsistent mentorship, and limited creative autonomy for cast members. Many stars left because they wanted to evolve beyond the mold SNL imposed. They sought projects that allowed them to express their voice without compromise, proving that sometimes the biggest risk is staying in a system that restricts growth. Yet leaving SNL isn't just a career decision, it's a personal one. The relentless schedule means missing family milestones, personal relationships, and moments of normalcy. Cast members often speak about the sacrifices behind the scenes, the birthdays missed, the friendships strained, the constant travel between sketches, rehearsals, and live performances. In retrospect, it's clear that the show exacts a toll few understand until they've experienced it firsthand. Walking away can be a matter of preserving life outside the studio. In 2025, looking back, we see a pattern emerge. Stars leave SNL not because they fail, but because they survive. They recognize that brilliance doesn't require confinement, that creativity flourishes when nurtured on their own terms. The show launches careers, but it also teaches a critical lesson. Sometimes leaving the spotlight is the ultimate act of courage. The people who walked away often return to shape culture in unexpected ways, creating iconic projects that redefine comedy far beyond 30 Rockefeller Plaza. And yet, the show itself thrives on this cycle. SNL is both a springboard and a crucible, and the departures of these stars highlight the show's duality. It celebrates genius while testing endurance, offering fame and influence while demanding personal sacrifices. Understanding why these stars left gives us a window into the hidden costs of success, revealing the resilience, vision, and sometimes heartbreak that underlies the laughter we see on screen. By the end of the day, the story isn't about leaving. It's about choosing. Choosing health over exhaustion, creativity over confinement, and personal growth over comfort. The stars who walked away didn't fail SNL. They succeeded in carving lives and careers that are fully theirs, proving that sometimes the boldest move is to step off the stage. Now, when we watch reruns of sketches from stars who have left, we see more than talent, we see courage. We see performers who understood that success isn't just measured in applause or screen time, but in the freedom to create, evolve, and live authentically. And in that, the true brilliance of leaving SNL becomes clear. It's not about what they left behind, but what they gained, their voice, their vision, and ultimately, their lives.